Okay, hello everyone. Good evening, and welcome to today's info session. My name is Ivory Emeka Ogwa, and I'll be anchoring the info session for today. I'd like to welcome every one of you. If you're connecting with us on LinkedIn, on Facebook, just tell us your name and where you're joining from. And if you want to take it a step further, you can tell us how you heard about this session and what you're looking to get out of this session. Okay. But we're very excited to have you here. We're very excited, and we look forward to having a very wholesome conversation. I know that a lot of people want to know what this product management is about, and we have a fantastic panel that will put us through on product management, everything it entails, how to start a career in product management, what you need to do, and every other thing you need to know about product management. So let's hear you. Tell us your name, where you're joining from, how you heard about the session, what you're looking to get out of the session. And in a few minutes, I'm just going to call the different speakers to introduce themselves. But for the sake of anyone that is probably joining us or hearing about the Business Analysis School for the first time and is wondering who we are and what we do, we're an EdTech learning institution, and we're basically helping professionals make a transition into the tech industry through business analysis, data analysis, product management. We run a series of programs and trainings, master classes, and various courses to help you, make that transition into the tech world without necessarily having to know anything about coding. We don't do coding and all of that, but all in the bid to help you build a six-figure income. Okay. Um, yeah, so I'm just going to pass the mic to our first panelist for the day to introduce himself. So just sit back, relax, and if you have your writing pad, you might want to bring it out or something to just take notes because you're going to learn a whole lot. And the people that you're going to be hearing from today are people that are experienced in product management, people who started off probably the way you're going to be starting off as well, and who have made their mark as product managers. So starting with the first person, I'm going to pass the mic to Coach Shegun Kolawole to introduce himself.
Hi, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, yeah, thank you for having me. It's a privilege once again. Thank you. Yes, it's nice to have everybody on the call. Thank you very much. Okay, so my name is Oluwasegun Kolawole. So I'm a product manager by practice, profession, and all. So I've been in this space for about 6 years now, and in total summation, this is my ninth year in tech. So I've been a software engineer before transitioning into product management, and I can say for a fact that product management has been something that has brought everything out in me, like everything I wanted to be. So I enjoy what I do, and because of my knowledge of product management along the line, I've been able to also pioneer businesses and also work across different sectors like the legal sector, worked in identity space, worked in e-commerce and some other industries. I think I'll keep it for now. Thank you. It's nice being here.
Thank you so much, Shegun. So I'm going to pass the mic to the next panelist. Nike, could you please introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, my name is Nike Adebanjo. Uh, I'm currently the lead product consultant at Product Blue. In the past, I've built e-commerce products. I've done some products in banking and financial services. Currently, I'm building a beauty product, and also I've worked on some accounting products in the past. So, yeah, today we're here, and I look forward to sharing my product management journey with everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nike. Thank you very much. And it's nice to have you on the call today. So I'm going to pass the mic to the next panelist to introduce herself. Rafiat, please, you have the mic.
All right, thank you, everyone. My name is Rafiat Babayode. I'm a product manager and an entrepreneur. So you can call me a product builder, right? I enjoy building products. I got started 3 years ago, even though I've been in tech for for the past 10 years. But my journey in product management started 3 years, and it has brought me remarkably joy. And I see products in everything I do. That I manage up to 10 products at this point, and it's been amazing. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Rafia. Thank you so much. And it's a pleasure to have you on this call today. So, everyone, you've met our panelists, Shegun, Nike, Rafiat, and just right about now, I'm going to be passing the mic to the phenomenal. I mean, I know she doesn't like all the theatrics around my introducing her all the time, but I can't help it. On this call tonight, we're privileged to have the founder of the Business Analysis School, none other than the phenomenal Eno Eka. So she's going to open the floor for the conversation tonight, and I want you to just relax. What you're going to do for me is to ask if you have questions. You're going to put them in the comment section. We have a team that is manning the comment sections on LinkedIn, on Facebook, wherever you're joining from. Okay, just make sure you're paying attention to the comment section. If you have questions, put your questions there, and we'll get them and have them answered as much as we can on this call. All right. So I'm going to be passing the mic now to Eno Eka. Thank you so much, Eno.
Thank you, Ivory. Hello, everyone. Welcome, 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 everyone. If you are just joining us, put it in the chat. Let's know where you're joining us from. So I see Emmy is joining us from Abuja. All right. Put it in the chat. Let's know where you're joining us from. I am joining you from Calgary, Alberta, in Canada. So let us know where you're joining us from. We want to know where you're joining us from. Welcome to this session. And in this session, we're going to be talking about how to get started in product management. And we wanted to also, LinkedIn isn't, can someone check to see if we're live on LinkedIn? Can someone check to see if we're live on LinkedIn? Can you reshare it on the Business Analysis School LinkedIn page? Reshare it from my page because it's actually live there. All right. Okay. So we have amazing product managers here who are going to be talking to you based on their experiences on, getting started in product management. And, we have a lot of people asking questions. What's the difference between business analysis and product management? How do I get started? What does a day in the life look like for a product manager? What kind of products do product managers build? Do I have to be technical? Do I have to code? All of those questions that you have, we're going to be talking through them, today. So to get started, I'm going to start with Shegun. Shegun, who is a product manager, as he had, earlier shared with you all. He's a product manager and also leads our product management, school here with the BAS. I have a question for you, Shegun. Why product management? How did you get into product management?
Okay, yeah, thank you, Henna. Well, my journey into product management started from school back then. I did a course called project management. That was all about system analysis and design. First of all, it was we've been introduced to to project management as a whole. So I've always liked something around management. I loved to manage people, and I was interested in building solutions. So I started more as a software engineer. Well, I've mentioned this over and over again. So being a software engineer, I was familiar with what it means to build a product or being in the tech space generally. And doing this gave me that privilege to understand what the industry was all about. So learning about product management now started from taking a course. At that time, for me, I took a course on product management to understand what it was really all about. But as I mentioned, that I started from school where it was project management, so it was not product management. But project management has a lot of correlation, or let me say, a huge percentage of product management has some part of product management in between. So getting into it, I took the course and I saw that okay, this is something I wanted to do. So I don't have like a lot of stories around how I started product management, but then concerning the journey, in fact, there has been a lot as far as product management is concerned. So it's someone mentioning product management, I mean project management to me, and I saw everything that was in there. Then from learning more and browsing the internet, and that was how I got to know more about okay, product management has to do with picking a product or building solution into the in the tech space and in the software industry, and we're able to deliver solution over time and improve the solution, not just like the product, the project management. And that was it all for me, like how I started the journey.
All right, awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And so far you have worked as a product manager in multiple organizations. Walk me through a typical day in the life for you, as a product manager.
Okay, so as a product manager, the first thing I would say is when you wake up before everybody. Well, your job description can tell you it is a 9 to 5. Trust me, you're not doing 9 to 5. You're literally working around the clock. Well, that is not to scare anyone. So I wake up as much as possible. So I'm expected to start working by 8:30, but that's not the time I actually wake up to start working. So why do I do this? Uh, I get on my laptop daily, like 6 a.m. So what do I do between that 6 a.m. till when everybody's coming for stand up? So I have to there are two things you do as a product manager. Number one is you focus on your technical work. At the same time, you have to manage people. Managing people has to do with you giving your time to driving result, like driving result. So you're giving other people your time, e.g., the time you spend during stand up. So the first time is like, okay, you want to do your technical things, the things I want to do as a technical, which has to do with maybe I have to write user stories, I have to do some market research or analysis of my deliverables. I have to work on them very early in the morning because once I finish stand up, I know that when I finish my stand up by 8:30, by 9 o'clock, so stand up is between 8:30 to 9 a.m. I know, or what I'll start doing is I've already told someone that, you know what, let's meet after stand up, after the stand up. So what it means that is that once between the 6 a.m. to 8:30, it's for me personally, but everything is not just the work that I do. I listen to podcasts like almost every day, and I read. So I just pick one thing within the first 30 minutes of the day because I want to always learn more. I don't want whatever I'm doing today. I don't want to restrict it to. Let's say what I'll be doing tomorrow. I don't want to restrict to what I know today. So how do I do that? I learn a lot along the line. So I listen to podcasts like the Learnings podcast for product managers, and I also read. I read books on product management, or I just take leadership books, or I take anything motivational for the morning to start off my day. Then I pick the task I was not able to complete the previous day, or things I have committed to doing. I do them. Once it's 8:30, I get into the stand up. So I lead Scrum currently. I have to ask everybody for update during the stand up and all. And after the stand up, I most of the time I will tell somebody let's sync after the stand up. So which is I definitely will start having my call. So as a product manager, one of the things you have automatically signed up for is that people can bump into your time at any point in time. So you don't have like your private time between the between the stand up period down till 5 o'clock. Most of the times you spend it doing meetings. After the stand up, someone reaches out. He had a blocker yesterday. This is the problem they are having. Well, you have to fix all of that. And this, most of the time, I spent my first 2 hours trying to solve issues that one person is having on the team. This person is having that on the team and all. Those are the things I just clear out. Then after doing that, which is like the primary thing that I do every day, there are teams meetings that we have, maybe KPI review, even the business meeting. Maybe we want to know what the customers are saying, feedback. Support is coming in to come and tell us, oh, this is what has happened between the past 5 days. I mean, within the past 5 days, this is what we have been doing. So I would have to like reach out to the support. Do we have any updates? If they don't have updates, fine, we go in with that because I know I'm managing three things. We are on the UX part, managing the tech, and also the business. So I know that different meetings will keep coming up. So from the tech team, most of the things I would definitely be here with lockers most of the time, or explanation or clarification. So most of the times people will come, they call and say, okay, can we jump on the meeting? The summary of it is you're literally doing meetings. So everything I'm explaining is like a kind of meeting that I have daily. You get into the meetings, you explain something to them. But one of the things I do most of the times is I make use of tools a lot, and using tools like Loom or any Vimeo or any screen recording application. So if I'm doing something currently and I have to explain something to a product designer right now, I do not have to like keep doing that over time. So I make sure I record most of it. And I know, people will likely want to ask me the next time. So anything that has to do with educating people about the environment, I try as much as possible to do like a lot of recording along the line. Another thing happens that I do very early in the morning before people start coming to me, maybe some DMs, private chats that I was not able to clarify. And I don't want to start reaching out to people off, I mean, off hours, like office hours. So one of the things I do along the line within the morning and all is to ensure that I just record videos. If I have to explain some things to you, I record the video and I drop it in your DMs. You meet it in the morning. Oh, hello, I have dropped your message. I mean, your request. I have given it to you. So most of the time, you just spend time doing meetings, and before you know it, it's already 5 p.m. And I happen to be someone that is a segmentor, so you can either be an aggregator or is a segmentor. So for me, I try to segment my work hours from the normal hours. So once it's 5 o'clock, most of the times I try as much as possible to close whatever I'm doing, and except on some exceptional cases, but as culture would have it, because you have that tendency to always want to keep working, but it's not really good for your career. It's not good for what you do in terms of productivity if you're able to time yourself very well. And that's why I wake up very early in the morning too. So I just work at my best hours most of the time. Like, okay, I have my best of states now. Let me work and do a lot along the line. But for a product manager, it's typically meetings and impromptu like requests that you get most of the times, like daily. Yeah, thank you. I hope I've not extended my time. Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, I was muted. Yeah, you definitely gave us a really, really deep, deep dive into, how your day, it looks like for you. So I'm gonna, pass this question on to, Rafiat. So, Rafiat, I know that, you have gone through, various, careers, getting to where you are now as a product leader. And, you joined the business analysis school, you were in a business accelerator program. You learned business analysis, and you're also still able to leverage that skill set to move into product management and become a product leader. But I don't want to tell your story for you. I want you to tell us, a little bit about, your journey, getting into product management.
All right. Thank you, Ella. So I studied computer science back in school, and all my mates were like doing programming, they were coding. But I knew that I want a flexible lifestyle. I know that getting into coding is going to be a lot of problems. So I was just selling bags, selling shoes. Like I was a very good businesswoman back then in school, and I was supporting these developers. I only wish I knew that there was something called product management back then. I could have been using that opportunity to like build my portfolio as well, right? Because I knew what they were building, I was supporting them, but I did not know that there's something called product management I can really assist them with. Then I got married immediately after school. I came to Canada. I was just working as a social media manager at home. I did a little bit of work right immediately after work for like 2 months or thereabout. Then I came to Canada. I started as an office associate. Then I start seeing everywhere that even people from accounting, like, and our story really resonated with me, being that she did not study tech, she did not study computer science, she became a business analyst. And business analyst was one of the things I was really looking out for back in school then. Even my final years to the project was on data analysis. So I already know those things, but getting into the role was like a bit challenging for me, right? Then hearing Eno and the people that she has helped to like get into the tech industry, I was like, I'm not going to carry last. Being that I came from tech, I should be able to do my, I should be able to leverage that experience with our experience to get into tech. Then I enrolled in business analysis. Then I found product management along the way because I saw some people too getting into product management. I read more about it. Then I fell in love with it, and the rest is history. Like in 45 days, I got a job as a product manager, and since then, the growth has been awesome. It has been like I can't even imagine what I've been able to achieve for the past 3 years.
Wow, that's amazing. That's super, super amazing. And your journey, landing a job within 45 days, that tells that, when you're dedicated, when you are resilient, when you have a goal and a mission, and you're head on with it, there's no stopping. And something I know about you is that you're someone who is very, very dedicated towards your career. You read a lot of books, you attend sessions, you're very driven, and I must really commend you for how far you're going in your career. So tell us a little bit about your the products that you're building. You've been a product for years now. Give us some insight into what that journey has looked like.
I mean, I'll be even smiling because when I started, right, it was more of managing one product, getting into scrum meetings and all of that. But right now, I manage about 6 teams right now. I hardly go to meetings, scrum meetings again. Now, meetings that I go to is with the stakeholders, with clients, with businesses, right? So my work is now more on strategy. So at the beginning of my career, it's more on, oh, I want to work with this developer. They need to know what they are building and how. Now I have lots of product managers that I'm training even at work, right? Like now, my organization just, okay, let's train this person, let's get this person to where Rafiat is at this point. So we kind of like build a business to even like get into product consulting just because of my expertise. That is how interesting this whole journey has been for me. That and I work with organizations and I work with businesses, with business owners, startups, and all of that. And I've built products across health, across construction, across academics. One one project I'm starting this week is on, what's it called? A project I'm starting this week is helping gifted kids to learn better, right? And I make sure that all the strategy is done, all the initiatives that we're going to be putting in place is done. Then I just pass it to the next product manager that is going to be working on it. Then I move on to the next project. And it is when maybe I have a timeline of 45 days to release. I'm still the main person on the project, but I have people working with the developers, working with every other person on the team, ensuring that all meetings are done and all they do is report to me. And when time I see that there is a problem, that is when I come in. That's when I exert my own power at that point. So the journey has been amazing, and I cannot thank you enough for like helping me get to this point, to be honest. It's really been amazing.
Well, I'm really proud. I'm really proud of how far you've come. In your journey, as a product manager, and now leading teams and doing more of the strategy. And it just goes to show that once you're committed to a career and you have that passion, you do have that passion, and and it shows because you have stuck with it, and you're growing into a leader, and you now provide consulting services too as well, which is amazing, helping other people with their with building their products and driving revenue in their business. Nike, I'm coming over to you.
Okay.
um, you've always been, you've always, I remember the first day you told me, like I want to get into product management. I want to be a product manager. Like I find that path to be my path. I'm very interested in that path. I'm like, you know what? No worries, I got you. And once we were getting started with our product management course, I'm like, you have to join our product management training, and you did. And something amazing is that you didn't just join, you actually launched product during that time where you were in the cohort. So I wanted to walk me through why product management for you, and what was it like being in the product management training, and then even launching your own product as a result of your learning experience.
Yeah, so for me, just like Coach Shegun said, there are things one has done in the past,
Yeah.
and you're wondering where does this all fit. And I tried my hands with other courses, and I just knew, this is not it. In the past, I have done operations management. I've built a product from scratch, from a 5-man team to over 200 people across different continents. And that was amazing for me. I knew I wanted to keep doing things like that. After that, I also moved to another company where I just changed everything from their operations to their value offering and all of that. So coming to Canada, I knew I wanted to do that same thing. And the difference between the Nigerian system and the Canadian system is the job titles are different. So even though I was head of operations in Nigeria, I knew head of operations here in Canada would not mean that I'll be doing those things. So when I came across product management, I think it was one of the classes, one of the cohorts, they were having their final uh, what's it called, event where they showed what they
That
had built.
demo. Yeah.
Yeah, the demo day. I saw that and I'm like, yes, this is it. I finally found what I've been looking for. So, and you gave that to me for free. For the records, Eno gave me a scholarship. So thank you for that, Eno. So when from the get go, when I started, I just knew that this was what I wanted to do. And Coach Shagun took that cohort. It was amazing. So I could always go to him for with my questions and get answers. And I had created the NYX Beauty backend operations, and the whole system was already in place. But I knew I was waiting for something. So when I went through what the course entailed, I saw the metrics part, and I knew, okay, I think this is what I'm waiting for, because I don't just want to drop something in the market and not have a proper system in place to monitor what I'm doing. I've experienced that before with previous companies where nobody's measuring anything. How do you know you're growing when you don't even know what to look at? You don't even know the pointers. So that week that we had our metrics class, I paid all the attention in the world. And I had also been watching the previous videos because I had access to the previous cohort videos as well. So that week after that class, I went ahead and I released my product. And also in the course of the program, we were supposed to create a new product that we'll use for our demo, which was going to be more like our project. And I had this idea of this amazing product that I called Lily. And that was also a big bonus for me. It was a huge plus for me because Lily is a product that has uh, so much to offer, and I know a time is coming where Lily will become live, and the BAS school will be part of that story. So yeah, that's been the journey for me so far. And during the course of the class as well, I started posting consistently on LinkedIn. Before now, I knew I wanted to put out all my knowledge out there for other people to learn from. And coming across product management was another eureka moment for me. Like, okay, I think this is what I've been wanting to talk about all this while. And since January this year till now, I talk every day about product management, and I'm not running out of ideas. Sometimes weekends, but Monday to Friday, I'm putting out content on product management, and it's not running out. Recently, I crossed, I think, 200,000 impressions, and I celebrated that. Yesterday we clicked 4,000 followers, and when I started putting out the content, I was not even expecting that kind of reception, but it's obvious that this is an industry that many people are interested in. Many people want to know what product management is about, what product managers do, and I'm here to put out all of that information for anyone who cares to know. So, yeah, that's how much the product management course has uh, influenced my career recently. And because of how much I'm doing on LinkedIn, I'm getting talks from people like, oh, can you do this for us? Can you do that for us? And all of that. So I had no choice but to start my own consulting company because I would not deal with people as an individual. I would rather deal with you as a company. So that has also happened, and I'm having a swell time, really. So I'm excited. That's so far.
I'm just beaming with a lot of joy and excitement here. Hearing you share how people companies reaching out to you to solve their problems, and you're like, I can't deal with them as an individual. I deal with them as a company. And so I started my own consulting. And I think it's really amazing how you can see one's career trajectory go from just having that employee mindset to having that solution focused mindset, um and now moving into having your own consulting. And that's something that we see with a lot of people who go into product management and actually build products and really understand. They do have a lot of times, they do have that entrepreneurial spirit, and you always see them either they're leading companies as CEOs, right? CEOs of all the top tech companies that we know, whether it's YouTube, Google,
I have I have a comment about that. I made a post about that, product managers becoming CEOs, and that one post is going close to 100,000 impressions.
yeah.
I'm blown away. Like, so people really need this kind of information. Who would have thought?
Absolutely. People do. And that's the thing, because when you build something and you put it into the market and you have to sell it, you have to launch it, you have to look at the metrics, you have to market it. You're doing all of those things that actually make one successful, whether as a CEO or even as a startup, or as a startup founder. And so you find most startup founders or even CEOs of tech companies start their careers, maybe from maybe being a business analyst to a product manager, to moving into senior leadership, like being a director, and it goes on from there. And so that's something that this career path helps one do. Now back to you, Shegun. How would you define product management? What is product management in the most simplified way? Tell us, what is product management?
Okay, thank you, Enoch. Thank you, Nike. Thank you, Rafiat. In fact, I've been judging from your conversations. Okay, so product management To be honest, it's very ambiguous. Yes, it has ambiguity because you get to this company, this is what you see. You get to another company, this is what you see. It's kind of very complex, but I will try as much as possible to break it down and give it to anyone who wants to learn. So let's just see product management. Okay, let me define it first, then I'll explain it further. Product management is an art of creating solution, right? Understanding the problem of a particular market and creating a solution for them. Whilst using, using with the aid of right technology, right? And you're ensuring there is sustainability for it. So let me break what I just said down. We have three parts which are the core of product management, which is UX, business, and tech, or UX, tech, and business. What is UX? So we mean there's a problem in a particular market, and this problem, there is no one to solve it. Everybody is having the problem. Everybody is just looking at, we have this problem, we have that. Sometimes there are even silent problems and nobody really know that they have the problem. Well, the major point here is that there's a problem somewhere and we are looking for who to solve it. So the product manager looks at the problem and suggests a particular solution based on the understanding of the problem and based on the uniqueness of that market that has the problem. Then you sit down and devise the particular solution and think about the solution that works, right? So after thinking about the solution that works, you're suggesting it to some set of people, and this is actually like a tech team or a company or whatever, a tech team that is dedicated to doing that. You suggest the problem. You give them suggestion, which is solution. So a product manager, you have to think first about the problem and come up with a solution which you are proposing that, okay, this is what I want to give to these people. And after bringing in that solution, you then move into the tech team and you give it to them. So the tech team has a lot of people. It has a lot of professionals that you can think about, which I'm not going into yet. Uh, while they are building this product, the next thing you're thinking about as a product manager is, how are we going to make money with this product? Of course, we are solving a problem. We need to make money. Now, somebody would ask me, is this not the normal way of running business? Yes, that's the normal way of running business. So, which is a businessman. Of course, there's a problem somewhere. I just come in to solve it, right? But what is the difference between what a product manager is doing and what a CEO is doing? Most of the time, when businesses have been created over time, the business owner, maybe you are even operating a restaurant or automobile or you're operating anything, you may literally not need to have the knowledge of that space. You might just know something about the space and get professionals who understand the technical know-how of that place. But when it comes to software development, now we add different applications. You know about Uber, you know about Airbnb, you know about YouTube, Google, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and several other platforms. Even the software we are using at the moment. So we need people who have technology mindsets. They have the technology mindset. They have everything that has to do with. They understand what software is all about. They have the technological prowess to bring in solutions out. We then reach out to these people who can convert what we have. They understand the technical know-how of business. We then consult them as business owners. So I can be a business owner who doesn't understand anything software, but I need someone who understands how to create a solution for this problem. Even when I have the solution here, I may not know how to bring it or conceptualize it. And that's where product managers actually come in. Now, when they come in, they suggest a solution, the best solution. So the difference between a product manager and maybe a business owner is that you might want to give the solution, all right? You have the solution, maybe the solution to an hungry man, the solution to his problem, his or her problem, is to give the person food. But how do you then know the right food to give to the person that won't purge the person, that won't cause complications and all? And that's where the product manager comes in. They understand the best solution, the best approach, the best way to deliver a particular solution to the customer. And they don't just end it at that point. They have to be business oriented. So these are people who know how to give the solution to the user. At the same time, they are business oriented. So I think this is the best way to define product management. Understand that people have a problem, then suggest the best technology that can solve it, and understand that there must be a point of making money so that you can sustain the business and also to generate enough revenue, which could in turn become profits for you as a company.
I really, really love how you have, explained it. But being able to provide a solution to a problem and, leveraging the right technology, the right people, and of course, whatever product we're putting into the market, how do we ensure that we're profitable, we're able to reach the right target audience, sell this product at the right price, and of course, make profit. Rafiat, I want to bring this over to you. Tell us a little bit about the kinds of products that a product manager can manage. A lot of times people think it has to only be like a software, right? Or an app. So, share with us what examples of products that a product manager can work on.
All right. So a product to me can be anything. A product can be as simple as a pen. A product can be as simple as big as a house. A product can be technical. It can be anything. But one thing I usually tell people is a product is anything that is meant to solve people's problem. One mistake that people usually make is that they tend to like put technology with a product, which is not supposed to be. So that is how we come to the market, and it is mostly technology driven instead of problem driven. So when you think of a problem and you think of a solution to solve that problem, any way you want to solve it, that is what product management does. Just think about any problem today, and a product can be as simple as my kid just came back from school. He has not eaten. I need to make sure that he eats every time he gets back to school because there is a need for that to be done. How do I want to solve that? Do I need technology to solve that? That is when that question you can now start asking that question. But every time you think of a product, think of it as a need in the market, a problem, a pain point, and the solution to solve it is the product. I need to write the letter. What do I need to write the letter? I need a pen. A company delivering a pen is a product company. How do you do that? How do we use strategies? How do we release in the market? How do we do all of that? Do we need technology to do that? What machineries do we need? What are the infrastructure needed? Those are when the how my tweak can now be coming in. So I hope I'm able to like explain that a product can be anything without putting technology in it. So when we are building great products, do not think about the technology. So we always build products and use technology to enable it. But the mistakes most people do is they think of the problem first, or they think of the technology and they start looking for problem to solve. So that is why most people think that products have to be technology, or it has to be technical or software. But in the real sense, a product can be anything, so far it's meeting the needs of the user.
I
So I
love
hope
that. I love the way you described it. As long as it's meeting the needs of a user, as long as you're solving a problem, that's a
yeah,
product. And something people often don't know is that the services that you offer can also be product. So it doesn't have to be physical
yeah,
to be a product as well. So if you're offering a service, that can be product, right? And a lot of things can be productized. I've seen people actually productizing so many things. If you have a community of, for example, maybe new moms, right? That's actually a product as
yeah,
well, because that community can become a product. And so when it comes to the technology aspect of it, for example, maybe you have a Facebook group of mothers, right? They are new moms. And in that group, you provide support, you provide classes, you provide advice on how they can take care of their newborns. Now, within that community, you can choose to make that community a product and enable it through technology by maybe developing a website where they can shop for things for their children, at discounted prices. Or they can launch you can launch an app whereby they can interact through the app, and they can access products and all of that. So there's so many ways that you can think about product management, that it doesn't always have to be software. My next question is for you, Nike. With regards to product management, what are certain skills that you believe are key to being a successful product manager, and skills that you recommend for anyone who's looking to get started in product management?
Well, for me, I always tend to lean towards the soft skills more,
Mm-hmm.
because the hard skills, you can pick a YouTube video on Jira and have a hang of what Jira is or what it can do for you, or Confluence, Notion, any of those. So I bank more on soft skills, because it determines a lot in your career. As a product manager, you you're the one building the product. At the same time, you're not the one sitting behind your computer. You are collaborating with people to get work done. There is no tool in the world, no app in the world that can help you achieve that. So I always advise people to try to develop their soft skills, your adaptability skill. If something is not working, your stakeholders have spent money, resources on building something. You get to the end point, maybe someone else has built something similar. What do? You can't throw in the towel. All of that resources can't go to waste. You have to pivot. You have to pick everybody up, because yeah, at that point, everyone else is demoralized. You are the only person that is not allowed to be demoralized, because if you get demoralized, who's going to pick you up? Nobody's coming to save you as the product manager, because you are the CEO of the product. So you have to be extremely adaptable. And like I mentioned before as well, collaboration. You're working with everyone, even up to the customer service team. You always want to know what's the customer saying, and beyond the professional relationship. You, as a product manager, you can't even bank 100% on keeping things extremely professional. When I need something, I email you, you have to respond to my email. That wouldn't work for you, because you're working with human beings, flesh and blood. So you need to bring yourself down, have great emotional intelligence, know when and how to approach people, because all you're doing is pushing them from behind to get them to do their job. Like Coach Shegun said, there's a big similarity between project management and product management, and these are some of those bridges that make them seem really similar. So yeah, those are some of the soft skills that you want to improve on before you say, okay, I want to go into product management full time. And talking about the technical skills, yeah, you should know how to draw up your roadmap. You should know how to use collaborative tools like Confluence. You should know how to write your user stories. In some companies, as a product manager, you may not necessarily be the one in charge of the user stories, or uh, holding the scrum ceremonies. But then you still have to have an understanding. What if someone is unavailable and you have to step in? Because that would definitely happen at some point. You don't want to be handicapped in any way. So as a product manager, you'll be assimilating so much knowledge. You want to know as much as possible about everything and anything. Yes, you don't need technical skills, you don't need to know how to code, but you need to have basic understanding of lots of technical concepts to help you get your work done. So, yeah. That's
I
it.
love how how you first talked about the soft skills, which is, really, really important. And then you now talked about like the technical skills in terms of the tools that they need to know, like really truly breaking it down. I'm sure Shegun is very proud of you right now because it was nodding his head. Finally, for you, you came into that cohort, you excelled, you had the best demo presentation for your own product, during your cohort. So what's your advice for anyone who is getting started? We have people who are going to be joining our next cohort for the product management course, and they're eager, they're excited. What's your advice for those people who are getting started, are going to take the course? Advise them, on how they can also come out excellently like you did.
Okay, so my first advice is it's a bank account. If you deposit 1 million, you get 1 million or even some interest with that million. And if you put in just one coin, worthless coin, it's just how life goes. So if you want to make the best use out of this program, you need to put in everything. At some point, because even besides the program, I was also doing my own research behind the scenes. So sometimes every Saturday and Sunday, I don't have time for anything else. Thank God I married a patient husband. Else, maybe I'll be living in Enos house right now. So a whole lot was going on, and I told myself I've not been more sure about anything. This one that I'm sure of, I'm
Mhm.
pouring in everything. And I'm grateful to my husband for that support, allowing me within that time frame to put in as much effort as I could. So yes, if you are coming into this program, it's indeed rewarding. The only way you can get that reward is to follow it as it goes. Whatever you have to do in your week 1, your week 2, as it goes, go ahead with it. Don't leave anything behind, because before you know it, you get swamped.
Mhm.
Something crawls on something, affects something. Before you know it, you have a huge backlog. And when you attend the live class, it will be difficult. It might be difficult for you to follow because the background knowledge you need to get to the point where the whole class is, you don't have it. Another thing that helped me was I had access to the previous cohorts. So even before the classes started, I had been taking those classes by myself. So when the class started, and before the day of the class, I go over those videos. So when Coach Shegun is talking, it's like, in fact, I have questions down for him, and I'm tackling him. Like, why did you say this? Why would you, this is not this. Then he'll calm me down, like, who brought this girl into this club? Then he will calm me down and explain everything to me. Even if I'm not 100% clear yet, I'm not letting him go off my hook. But somewhere along the line, he brings something relatable. I'm like, okay, hey, now that it's relatable to like everyday life, like something I can indeed understand, then I agree with you. I would not just go with concept. I also want to understand like the hands-on understanding. And I got that from the classes, which I appreciate a lot. That's why I'm always calling him Coach Shegun everywhere I go. I'm always yelling his name all over the place. So yeah, that will be helpful going over the previous, if you have any previous materials or even your own personal research or people who are already in the field that you can talk to, prepare for your classes, so that it's not when you're hearing about those concepts that you'll be hearing about them for the first time. The time it will take you to internalize the information, then come up with your questions, it will take you so long. So I would advise preparing beforehand for those classes before the day. And yeah, just be ready to put in the work. And for your final demo, if it's possible for you, you can start playing around the idea before it's announced that, oh, you can go ahead and start creating your product. So that way, when you have that idea in your mind, You can start putting some things down. You can start asking the coach questions. So when it's time for you to build your product, it's a walk in the park for you. When my products came, Coach Shegun was like, or was it Ivory? Well, someone was like, "Have you thought about this before? Have you done this before?" But what made it easy for me was that it wasn't that day that they mentioned the product that I started working on it. In fact, I remember, I think the second to the last class, I asked Coach Cheng, like, "You've not said anything about the product we are building. Is everything all right, or am I missing something? Because I know I've not missed any classes. Maybe I missed the information." It's like, "Oh, don't worry. You get to the point where we'll talk about the product and we'll put you through." I said, "Okay, okay, I'm waiting for you in front." So I think being into it just made everything easier for me. So yeah, if you this is your resources we are talking about, you have to be ready to put yourself into it, and as much as you give into it, you get back. So that's it for me.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Nike. You're hilarious. Well, thanks to your husband for being so patient with you. And, you definitely came in with a goal. You knew that I want to join this program and I want to launch a product at the end. And so, even, at the middle, you're already excited about, learning how you can launch your product. And,
Yeah.
one thing that, stood out for me was the fact that you said, you prepared ahead of each class. And so you came in well prepared, even more prepared, and ready to ask all the questions and tackle your coach. For me, which is what I love. I like that challenge. I like when people come and they're so informed, even if maybe they might be wrongly informed. That's the reason why I'm there to answer their questions. And I tell people all the time, when you're in a program, the best time to, get as much as you can is while you're in the program. During that time, ask all the questions, do all of the research, and don't just wait till you turn on your laptop to join the class. Before the class, do the pre-work, and after class, do your homework. So thank you so much
Thank you.
for sharing. I do appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Afia, over to you. You know, I have a question for you, and that question is, what is your advice for, I think your situation is so unique because you're a mom of three, and you started your the program with three children under 3 years, and so you're working mom, student mom, nursing mom, like doing everything all at the same time. And so I really want you to talk about, how you're able to juggle all of that. And then you said you're managing how many products now? Is it 6 or 10 or 16 products? And
10,
how are you able
10,
to
10 product
do
currently.
all of that? Nike, thank you so much for being here. We do appreciate you so
Thank
much.
you.
Please send my
Bye,
regards to
everyone.
your husband.
I will. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye, Nike. So talk to us about how you're able to juggle and manage all of that while still growing within your organization as well.
Yeah, I think for me is the resilience, right? To make it all work out. I could remember my first message to you, right? I was still sharing it like a few days ago to some moms in my community on how I started. And the topic was like work life balance and attaining career growth. And this is everything I'm still sharing. It's all about you loving yourself. And loving yourself is not self love to me, is not when you have to do medicure, pedicure, and all of that. It's like, what is my dream? How can I achieve it? Even irrespective of every other obstacles in front of me. 3 kids, career, husband, how do I juggle it? How do I make it all work out? And I really thank God that to give me that wisdom to be able to like integrate it with everything. So I was very, very opportune to get a job with a female boss that also has children as well. So most times when we are cooking together and we are doing strategies. My at work, they already know that my kids are part of my lifestyle already. So Number one is being deliberate about what individual wants is very, very important. I knew what I wanted and I went for it, right? I did not look at every other person and what they are doing to define the kind of lifestyle I want. So that has really, really helped me. The resilience as well to make it all work out, irrespective, and setting boundaries, right? And being flexible as much as possible. I was supposed to be at work now, but I can tell them that, oh, see, I have a meeting somewhere else, and they respect that. Being flexible, they know that if I need to do my job, I do it well. They know that if it is in the middle of the night, I still get my things done. So it has really, really helped me. And during the time I was getting started, it's more about eating the frog. So that is one thing that really helped me. Number one, I wake up very early in the morning to read, do my course, do my model, take care of my— I know during the day I would not have time because my baby was still about 3 months then. I have another one that is 1 year. I have one going to school. So it was a lot that I know all through the day I'm not going to be able to do anything. So the first thing in the morning, I knew that I've taken care of myself, and that is by taking my course, doing the models. I'll be happy all through the day. And before I go to bed, I'll take another model. So that is how I was able to like complete everything. I knew when I used to come to you and I cannot come to class. My kids are always crying. I was frustrated, but I took it upon myself to like self-study all the materials that I have, make sure that I learn as much as possible that I can. And that strategy is what I still use as well, like to try and balance everything. Then I use Eshinawa metrics as well. What are the things that are very important and urgent? Things I can delegate, I delegate a lot. I'm not just managing 10 products, but because I have people I can delegate to, that is what makes me very, very efficient and productive in everything I do. Then I seek support, right? I don't care how much it will cost me to bring my mommy down here. There is enough money to be able to like bring her, take care of the kids, and I'm doing my work. So support, I have lots of people that work whereby I just offer guidance. Okay, this is how you do it. I use a lot of operationalizing all my templates. I'm like, okay, use these templates, get it done, give it to me, I send it back. So that is what I've been doing to make it all work out. So yeah, basically.
When you said, I can always bring my mom and get the support that I need, I'm like, this is money. This is money talking.
I know a big girl now. Yeah,
When you're big, you're big.
yeah.
I love that, and I love how focused you are, and how you don't let like your situation be an excuse to not achieve your goals. And I love how you said you prioritize yourself, and to you, your self-care was the fact that you wake up early in the morning and get your modules done, study, complete your work. And even when you couldn't attend the classes, you would just self-study. And I think, even when you were in the business analysis school, I can count the number of times you attended, classes live. And that's because you were just not comfortable with the fact that you had, your children, your baby would be crying. And I'll tell you, that's never a problem. You can still join and stay on mute. But one thing was that you were self-studying, and then something you were always you're giving me updates on, this is how far I'm going, this is what I've done, I've completed these modules, I've taken my certification, I've done this and I've done that. And being that committed and consistent, within 45 days you landed a job. And the amazing thing is that you have been at that company and you have grown to a leadership position, and now you're helping other people with your skills. And I'm so proud of you
Thank
for that. So well done, well done. My next question is for you, Coach Shegun. What's your advice to to someone who's looking to get started in product management, and maybe they're confused, they're curious, they're they have this they're in a state of confusion in terms of is this going to be the right career for me? Am I going to be able to get a job? Are the jobs easily available? Can I do this? What's your advice for anyone who's trying to get started in product management? Is it me or I can't hear? I can't hear Shagun.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so I said a lot has been said already as far as product management is concerned. Now, this time around, it's more of decision. So careers are always things that come and go. So there was a time that the major thing people were getting into in tech was coding, and all. Everybody wanted to write one programming language or the other. While and it's along the line that we started seeing things like product design, product management, even cybersecurity started coming up and all. So the bottom line is whatever career you want to pick in tech, this is not even to product management alone first. Whatever career you want to pick in tech, you need to understand that there are a lot of people in that industry already, and you want to come in, you have to know what your leverage is going to be. For me, while I was coming in, my leverage was coding. So I could write code, and that's why most of the times, most of the roles I've taken, they are majorly technical product management. So and that has been a leverage for me over time. And that's why I work closely most of the time with developers and all. So your leverage could be studying computer science. Your leverage could be maybe you are coming from business analysis or you are coming from managerial roles. So first of all is to evaluate where am I coming from. Okay, am I fresh or I am transitioning? If you are coming from marketing, you know that there is a leverage you have. You might want to tilt into growth PM and all. So it means you have a leverage and transferable skills that you're going to be bringing to the table, and you lean on that part. So which is when you are inside your interview, let me say you're taking a course. The first stage that I tell everybody is get schooled first. Just like even Rafiat has said, and Nikki has said as well, at one point in time, their journey has been from, okay, I went to school, and it happens that they are both alumni of business analysis school. So they have learned at one point in time from the school, which is like a boot camp. You need to get that knowledge of product management first. Then you understand your leverage. Now, for people who do not have this leverage of maybe you have started something before, you have been in management before, you have been in business, or you have even had an MBA before, right? If you have had an MBA before, we can say, wow, this person will do well with strategy and all. This person can do so well in leading products and all. If you do not have this leverage, you are a fresh person coming into product management. Although this is let me say it's becoming common these days, but before it used to be someone coming from a role and transitioning to product management. If you're coming in, you need to jump on trending technologies. What are the trending technologies of today? Number one, we have the blockchain. So blockchain technology is where we talk about crypto and all. Another one is maybe you're coming from accounting or something finance related. You might want to jump into fintech product management, so which is like you are niching that. I mean, you're understanding that this is the niche I'm getting into, but then as you're starting, you are bringing in your previous experience, coming into product management with this is where I'm coming, and you do not have experience. You need to know that what is going to be my leverage. A lot of people are already in this space. Another person coming in might want to jump on AI, right? You might want to jump on AI because most of the times you are going to be competing with people who have spent 5 years in product management. Take for instance, there is a job role out there now on the assumption that I am applying, Rafiat is applying at the same time, and someone with no experience is applying for that same role. Maybe the job description is just saying product manager. Most likely, you may not be picked because they're probably looking for experience. You don't have transferable skills, and that's why it's good to look out for trendy technologies. AI is a trendy technology at the moment. Almost all products are like either AI based, or let me say they are supplementary, like they are leaning on AI as well to work very well. So you might want to look at that leverage as well. So if you do not have any previous experience, jump on trending technologies. Web3 for crypto, and also for finance applications and all. Or you want to get into maybe technical product management. If you're someone uh, who is coming into the tech space, who's coming to tech space and you want to use coding and you have been a software engineer, if you have been a product designer before, you might still get into technical product management because with your 5 years experience in product design or even 4 years experience, you have collaborated with front-end developers most of the time. You have been in design meetings, you have been on calls where they are fixing issues and all. I think you should be able to understand how the web technology works. And that's why I say like one thing that is important for every product manager is that try as much as possible to gather knowledge. So for me, even as of when I started, I knew I was going into the technical part and all. I still went on with MBA, right? I schooled myself as far as business is concerned, and I read a lot as far as business is concerned. So which means I can conveniently still switch roles between business PM and also still like the technical PM. But I just know that this is where I'm best at when it comes to the technical aspect of things and architecture and all, which is a leverage for me. I studied computer science and also been a software engineer before. So understand your leverage first. If you do not see that particular leverage, then you should know that I should jump on trendy technology so you manage competition effectively. So that's it, for now.
Wow, I really really love how you how you broke it down and highlighted different parts. I mean, if you come from the finance, if you come from marketing, if you come from technology like computer science, and if you have none at all, leveraging trending technologies, and that is really really fantastic, and it gives anyone who's like considering this a lot of insight. Now, we do have a question that I want you to answer. And the question says, what's the difference between product management and product development? What's the difference
Okay.
between product management and product development?
Okay. So
Let me say something what Coach Shagun just said before he answered. What
Okay,
I
sure.
leveraged to become a product manager was the fact that I was an immigrant.
oh,
That was your leverage. Interesting.
No, that was because I was uniquely positioned. Like the company was building, Flip Finance was building an hub for immigrants in the US. I was in Canada. Then I applied. I was like the best candidate at that point. So you can be positioned to be like the best candidate
hmm,
for any job. Just have to position yourself right.
Oh, I
wow,
like that. I really do like that. Wow.
that was an insight. Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay,
for sure.
so as I was okay, so for the product development and product management, I think Rafi had mentioned this part where she said uh, everybody wants to build a product when they hear that there's a problem, or everybody's thinking about an application when they hear that okay, yes, there's this application and this solution. To be honest, and that's where a lot of people get it wrong. You have heard about something, so it's going to differentiate what product development is really all about and what product management is about. We have different phases in the whole part of product management. We have different phases, or even like the life cycle. We are not even getting to the life cycle right now. When a product is coming out, you can actually manage a product without actually having a physical product. It could be service, just like Ena and Rafiat has mentioned. It could be service. It could even be like a tangible product, and it can be a software product, an application, a mobile app that we all know. So, product management and product development. Product development simply mean the heart and the practice involved in coming up with a particular solution. So, which means we want to develop a pen. What are the constituents? What is the process involved in doing this? So inside product management, we can say product development is the software development lifecycle, but that is not what the entire product management entails. Product management entails going as deep as doing your market research, going into doing your design thinking, going into the market, gathering requirements, and coming back collaborate. Then you're now coming to the team, which is what now happens at the point of technology. Let's build. So which means the thinking and everything that has to go into understanding the problem of the people, that is it. Now, when you get into the other part of it, which is the business aspect of it, the right pricing, the right marketing and promotion techniques, the go-to-market strategy, and everything that has to do with you pushing it into the market. Product development is not mentioned there. Product development is just the building of that tangible thing. Even if it is your service, okay, we want to train people on a certain skill. Of course, your product is training. So if you're going to be training someone for 6 weeks, your product is the life classes or everything that encompasses the training, which is your product development. But product management is now the business of that thing, how that thing is going to run over and over again for a long period of time. So development is just how you can get how to bring the tangibility of something out. Like, okay, let's build a bottle. Now, what about the sales of this bottle I have? The sales of this pen, the branding. Okay, the branding has been they're inside the development. So everything that has to do with the business strategy, the pricing, the distribution channels, and everything. Those are the things that are inside product management, the competition and all. But the process of just developing this pen is what is involved with product development, the development. And in software, it is the software development lifecycle that moves from the planning to the design, from design to the implementation, from implementation to testing, from testing to launching, and you keep doing the maintenance. That's just what product development is all about. It doesn't concern the business, it doesn't concern the design thinking and some other things that go on with it. And product development, in one way or the other, I can call it what project management is inside product management. Well, I hope that's clear somewhat.
Yes, you definitely broke it down, and I love how you broke down the concept and showed us where development truly happens, and then the whole life cycle of product management. And I tell people this all the time. A lot of people just think product management is about building the product. That's just one phase of product management, because when you talk about like the strategy, the go to market, launching, pricing, promotion, marketing, all of that encompasses product management. And so someone had asked earlier in the chat, what's the difference between business analysis and product management? And we hear that all the time. And, like Shegun had explained, product management is, everything surrounding, building that product, launching into the market, and it into the market, competition, as well, ensuring that that product continues to grow in the market and doesn't decline. Of course, but when it comes to business analysis, what we do as business analysts is that we're recommending solutions, we're identifying needs and recommending solutions. And we're recommending solutions. It's not just products that we work on. It could be it can be people driven, it can be process driven, it can be technology driven, it can be driven by so many things. And so solution could mean anything at all. And so that's why product management is seen as more of a specialization. For you being a business analyst, you can specialize as a product manager, but as a product manager, you can't specialize as a business analyst. It's more like an offshoot of business analysis, meaning that as a business analyst, you can become a product manager by basically deciding to specialize in products. All right. Rafia, this question is for you. Someone says, how can I know my leverage as someone coming from an admin and customer relations background? How can I know my leverage?
That's customer, right? Because you've had customer relations. Everything we do in product management is making sure that the customers are happy. Everything we do is building customer centric products. With that alone, you can decide to like leverage that skill and use that to your advantage, that you've been doing product management. That is if you know how to position it well, the right way. Because every product needs to meet the customers, need to make sure that the customers are happy, and you've been doing that all your life. So how do you make sure that you make it work? And administrative as well, we do a lot of administrative tasks, right? We are like the barber, we are like the call, I used to like say it, the way a mom is to the kids is the way product manager is to like the product that they are building. So you can imagine that on the administrative level. So there are lots of things you can leverage. It's all about finding that right positioning and how you want to refine your accomplishment statement to make sure that it fits into the right way to position it. So yeah, you have enough to leverage on.
Thank you for sharing that. And the truth is, just like Rafiat had said, because you have a lot of experience working with customers, the product management role is very customer centric. And so you are the voice of the customer, literally, and your product is literally like your baby. And when you have a lot of experience with customer service, customer relations, like you said, then you would thrive really well, in the product management career. So definitely give it a try, learn more about product management. On this note, I want to really, really thank our panelists who have joined us today. Adenike, thank you so much. I know she had to drop off, she had a meeting. Rafiat as well, product leader at Flip Finance and product consultant. Shegun Kolawole, thank you so much. Product management coach and product manager, who have shared their insights with you, their journey, and their recommendations. And of course, thanks to the Business Analytics School team putting this together and helping you learn more about product management. And if you're ready to get started, definitely join us at the Business Analytics School. Our upcoming cohort starts, I believe, in a couple of days. And so, you want to make sure that you are in that class. So if you have questions, send us a message or send us an email, support@businesschool.com, or comment product in the comments, and we would respond to you with a link to have a chat with any of our advisors, or you can send us a DM on any of our social media pages. We're happy to support you. You can comment product and we'll reach out to you. I'm passing over to our moderator, Ivory, who ushered us in at the beginning of this session. Ivory, are you there?
Yes, I am. Thank you,
Ivory. Well, thank you.
And
all right. Are you
there? Yes, I am.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, and thank you, Agun. Thank you, and of course, name session. So much to learn. So, guys, from me to you, I would say, yeah, we have accelerate analysis. The program is going to start on Saturday, the 15th, and you want to take advantage of the opportunity, because we have a discount offer, available. If you'd like to start the product management course, please leave a comment in the comment section, and we'll have someone reach out to you. Of course, there's also a link to chat with our enrollment team in on the comment section. So I'd like to say a big thank you. We have 56 viewers. We have 39 people on Facebook. We have 1 people on YouTube. You can always the replay of this session. So it's time over again. We look forward to receiving you at the business and I'll say good night to those in the West African region.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We do appreciate you.
Those,
of course, feel free to
in the MS and EST regions.
Feel free to leave a comment and product if you're interested. Thank you for joining us. We wish you a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll catch you next time on our next live stream. Bye, everyone.